Impostor syndrome is something I've only become recently educated about, and it's work done by two psychologists, Dr. Clancy and Dr. Imes, and they were working in the 80s with women, mostly in academia, some in the arts, and found that they have huge lacks of self-confidence and self-worth. And I was curious why it would be such a widespread phenomenon among these really high accomplished women, and I read deeper into it, and there were so many things that really resonated with me, that questioning of one's own place in the world and one's own justification for being in a given environment or situation. I really just decided in this piece I was going to take a lot of time and really think about my relationship with this thing, imposter syndrome. I was so thrilled to do a piece for Hotel Elefant because I really trust them, and I feel comfortable giving them something really personal. I ask them to do so many things that are, in no Beethoven score you will ever find. I ask the pianist to be slapping the strings a lot inside the piano. I ask the cellist to be knocking rhythmically. I ask the violinist to be doing all kinds of crazy rhythms while speaking. There's lots of overlap between the performers speaking text and playing their instruments, which is really not in traditional use. It's especially tough, I think, because a lot of times the rhythm of the speech is close, but maybe not exactly what they're playing in their instruments, and there's that tension. But I've asked them to take this big leap and do this very untraditional thing, and I'm so happy with the way it's sounding. It's so dramatic, and it feels really personal. It feels like they're talking to me, telling me about imposter syndrome.
They consider themselves to be imposters.
It's a fun challenge to speak rhythmically and play at the same time, or even speak arrhythmically or not rhythmic at all, and play at the same time. So what I did, it was funny, it was actually, for as strange a task as it is, I approached it kind of the same way I approach many technical things. And let's say, for example, if you're learning a piano piece, I used to play the piano, you practice the right hand separately, and then you practice the left hand separately, and then you put them together. And so that's what I did. I put my little metronome on, and I practiced my words, and then I put my metronome on, and I did my violin, and then I tried them together. And now it's starting to feel a little more natural, and I understand better how the rhythm of the speech and the rhythm of the playing works together. So it's not as bad as I thought it was. I felt like it was a little daunting at first, but it's been really fun, and now it feels really good and really satisfying.
The most interesting part of this piece, just from a microphone point of view, is the piano part. So the piano has a lot of stuff going on inside the piano, but also a lot of stuff happening kind of normally on the key end of the piano. And I think we're going to try just miking the heck out of the piano. And so we'll have a couple of microphones for the normal piano sound, but then special ones to catch the slapping noises and the really exciting rhythmic parts and the strumming noises. Another exciting thing is that it is a pretty big dynamic range, so I think there'll be a lot of bringing really quiet sounds up and then bringing things down when the player, when Sugar is just kind of smashing away and playing balance a lot.
So it really is this phenomenon that high accomplished women in various fields, mostly academia and the arts, feel like imposters on some level. Imposters for getting the awards that they have, for getting the jobs that they have, the opportunities they have, and men to a large extent feel it too, but it's so much more pervasive throughout women. Reading this article made me feel so much more comfortable when I get these imposter feelings myself. When I see them in my friends, I can go, you know what? You are amazing, Leah. You are amazing, Mary. You are amazing, Caleigh and Andie. And when you feel like an imposter, don't think that this is you and that you're alone. This is a phenomenon that lots of women and lots of people in the world feel. And I thought with this piece, I can share some of my internal anxiety with the world, and maybe other people who have those similar internal anxieties can feel supported and loved and maybe a little less impostery.